What's up, everybody? Sara Hodges and Joe Davidson from the Sac B. We're here previewing the big game between Del Oro and Oak Ridge. You've done plenty of studying. You've watched these teams for years. How exciting is this game going to be?
Well, you can look at the crowd. We're up here in Loomis and Placer County. Homecoming night. You got a great rooting section, great band, visiting team from El Dorado Hills, Oak Ridge. So I always say, and we talked about this before, the best value for entertainment outdoors is a high school football game. And you're going to see terrific teams, bands, all that stuff we talked about. And these are upper level, elite level high school programs, great coaches, good athletes. It's fun.
And they got the touchdown club.
They got the touchdown club. It's
How cool is that?
On the side there. We're gonna hit that after we're done here. Great food. No alcoholic beverage. We're on a high school campus.
They're treating us like the Raiders and Chargers matchup over here.
That's exactly
no
right.
alcohol sales after the first
fun.
half.
But there's still a lot of fun. But there is tailgating going on over there, and they'll live it up every way they can. So.
What's better, the tailgating or the touchdown?
With a nice run to the outside.
Well, first what you do is you go to the tailgating first. You get your game face on, you hydrate, then you meander all the way to the other end, and so you capture all of it. It's the bottom line is, Sara, the atmosphere is what makes it. And we don't have bad weather here. It's not snowing. There's not humidity. You've lived in places that have all of varying degrees of weather, including Southern California. So this makes it fun. And Del Oro is trying to keep winning, so we can get a Week 10 showdown against Folsom, which is the #1 team.
6-0. The back end of their schedule, it looks like they're probably going to go undefeated until maybe Folsom. Would you say that that's correct?
Yes, and Oak Ridge may beg to differ. Oak Ridge is very capable of winning this game. Oak Ridge has already gotten mowed under by Folsom, but you're right. Experience is big in high school sports, and Del Oro has 16 starters back from a team that went to the section final last year, so should be playing like an experienced team. Has done that. The tough part of the schedule is coming up. Oak Ridge, as you mentioned, Rockland coming up, Grant, and then Folsom. And Folsom will be here, so that place will be bursting at the seams. And the winner of that game, if everything keeps playing out, will win the league. If Del Oro wins the Sierra Foothill League, Del Oro will go into the playoffs as a Division I team because the Sierra Foothill League is classified as Division I. Folsom's Division I regardless. If Folsom beats Del Oro, if Del Oro doesn't win the league, Del Oro goes into Division II, probably with Grant, Elk Grove, Granite Bay. So that Division II bracket is fabulous, just like the Division I. That's how deep our section is: Division I, Division II, Division III, all the way down the line.
So is it fair to say that maybe Del Oro wants to lose to Folsom?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I see what you're saying.
Right.
There is that kind of compelling argument, maybe for fans, alum. It's a great consolation.
Or people who want to see them go further in the playoffs.
Right. But if you're Del Oro, if you're a coach, and if you're a player, and if you're active, you want to be the team that takes Folsom down.
Even if you lose in the playoffs.
Right, but you want to, it's the immediate goal. So Folsom's a target for everybody. We just ran a big story in the Sacramento Bee this week, it ran today, that the Sierra Foothill League has been working behind the backs of Folsom to try to get Folsom removed from the league. The whole argument being, Folsom's too good. We can't handle Folsom.
So where will they go?
They don't care. Just kick them out. And it's unprecedented.
Leave them for somebody else to deal with.
Right, and put them in an independent league, which means you just schedule all these heavyweights. Folsom people are furious. They feel ambushed. The coaches from Oak Ridge, Rockland, Granite Bay said Folsom has unfair advantage, open enrollment, which means you could come from anywhere and go into that school. Other schools don't have open enrollment, meaning you have to come from that area. Folsom's best players, as we talked about, Joe Nagata, Daniel Nagata, Caden Bennett, they're from Reno. They're not transfers. They were incoming freshmen 3 or 4 years ago. But it's got this league up in arms saying it's not fair.
So couldn't the other high schools do the same thing?
The other high schools cannot technically, Del Oro here has open enrollment. Oak Ridge, Granite Bay does not, meaning you can't just show up. So it's interesting, but it's unprecedented. So the competition, Sara, is not just on the field, it's in these boardrooms to figure out what's going to happen. It's extremely unlikely that Folsom will leave the Sierra Foothill League. Folsom would have to vote on it. Folsom doesn't want to leave the league. And Grant in this district as well, or in this league, doesn't want Folsom to lose. So there's 2 negatory votes. You'd have to have unanimous.
And I'm sure if you're Folsom, you're saying, well, hey, you got a problem, then beat us.
That's exactly right. That's what Grant said. That's what Grant football's motto is. Don't complain, go beat them.
Exactly.
Close the gap. And Folsom, nobody's accusing Folsom of illegal recruiting or bad tactics. Great coaches, they do it right. If there was any undue influence in recruiting, bad recruiting, the governing body would be all over it. And there's nothing.
So there's no funny business going on.
No funny business.
Just they got the blue turf and people are attracted to that.
That's exactly right.
So.
And people are competitive and they don't like getting run over by Folsom, but do something about it. This is still the best league in Northern California. Granite Bay has won a state championship in 2012, won a section championship last year, played in the North Cal Finals last year. Granite Bay wants Folsom out. Del Oro has won section championship and has won state championship. Is undecided about Folsom. Maybe because they still have to play Folsom. Grant has won state championships, section championships, wants Folsom in. Rockland has been to a state final, 2009, won section championships, wants Folsom out. So this isn't an overwhelmed league. This is a league that feels that it's just an unfair advantage. It could be a cyclical thing. Folsom has not been dominant for 30 years. It's been dominant for 10 years, particularly this decade. That's going to be interesting. This is what makes high school sports compelling. You know, this is really compelling here. But when you have that kind of stuff on the outside, that's a different element. We're not used to that.
Well, coming back to this matchup tonight, what should we expect to see out of these 2 teams?
Oak Ridge has got a great quarterback in Matt Jenner, who started his career at Folsom.
Interesting.
And so he wound up at Oak Ridge because he wanted to be the starting quarterback. The family made a complete move. That's what happened.
Right.
He's terrific. He's really good. So he's a big-time quarterback. But then when you look at Del Oro scored 8 touchdowns on special teams. I'm not a big stat guy, Sara, but that's big. And Johnny Guzman is their big guy, Johnny Rocket Guzman. And kickoff return touchdowns, interception return touchdowns, punt return touchdowns. That's how Del Oro's broken up games.
And on all 3 phases, they're putting points up.
Big time. Offense, defense, special teams. But Oak Ridge has played the much tougher schedule. So we'll see how that. So, comparative score, Folsom beat Oak Ridge 3 weeks ago.
Right.
62-6.
Yep. We were there.
Yes.
With an Oak Ridge
if
touchdown.
Oak Ridge beats Del Oro tonight, that gap between number 1 and everybody else really is big.
Really is.
If Del Oro rolls tonight, then we have a showdown.
Then we're looking at a
week
really
10.
fun matchup week 10.
Right. These are terrific coaches. I would expect this game to be a thriller.
Right.
I would pick Del Oro, home team. Got to go with that. I'd be surprised if it's a blowout. How's that for a cheesy, safe answer? Yeah.
That's fun. Well, you won't have to worry if you're at home and not here seeing the game, because we're going to have full highlights for you tonight at 10. Joe and I on CBS 13. Thanks for tuning in. See you then.